Welcome back. All right, 5 games tonight in the National Hockey League to review. Now, I mentioned this earlier today. I'll mention it again here at the start of this. I did have to go and see an ophthalmologist, a surgeon today, so I was not home for the beginning of these games. But that being said, I did get home before they were done. We do have plenty to discuss. So we'll go ahead and we'll start things off with Vegas and New Jersey. Schmid versus Markstrom. It stays scoreless through most of the period, despite Vegas getting a lion's share of the chances. And at 19:47, closing seconds, Shea Theodore opens the scoring for Vegas, the assist to Eichel and Hanifin. So 1-0 lead in favor of Vegas. In the second period, New Jersey had the lion's share of shots. There were no penalties in that second period. It was a fast second period. Stays 1-0 for Vegas after 2. We have an issue with New Jersey when it comes to their scoring. We've talked about this recently, but it just seems like it's getting worse. So third period, Hamilton has a rush chance. That's blocked. The Devils draw a power play. That's killed off. Glass fires one wide on a rush. Shots are one apiece at 5.5 minutes. Palat couldn't bury one in close. Schmid holds there. Hamilton has a point shot that's held. No traffic in front of the net, so need to get more traffic in front of the net, New Jersey. Neither team was getting much at the net. With 7:54 left, Hanifin guilty of a delay game, so that puts New Jersey on the power play. Mercer gets denied. Schmid holds again. That power play is killed off. Then with 5:49 left, so 5 seconds after a penalty ends, now Vegas gets the power play, and they score on it at 15:34. It's a point shot batted out of the air by Marner. So Marner gets the goal from Dorofeev and Eichel, and we have ourselves a 2-0 lead for Vegas, and this is where the booing in New Jersey gets louder. Devils press to respond, but they're kept to the outside. Like I said, the booing got louder. The goalie pull happens with over 3 minutes left. With 2:36 left, Vegas gets a power play, and they score on it. At 18:34, Barbashev buries a loose puck behind Markstrom. Eichel and Theodore with the assists. And the Devils fans continue to voice their displeasure as the clock winds down, and the New Jersey Devils get shut out for the second straight home game, I do believe. Vegas wins this one 3-0, so the Tony the Tiger magnet's on the board because Schmid was great against his former team. The chess magnet on the board because there were 3 goals or less in this game. Shots on net, 13-5 Vegas in the first, 11-7 New Jersey in the second, 8-5 New Jersey in the third. Final shots 25-24 for Vegas. Power plays, Vegas scored on both of theirs, and New Jersey went 0 for 2. So that's the game right there. Hits 21-15 for Vegas. Schmid saved all 24 shots he faced for the shutout. Markstrom saved 22 out of 25 at the other end. All right, next up, Buffalo and Winnipeg. Luukkonen versus Comrie. I guess the closed-door meeting worked. 4:24 in, Kyle Connor scores. Velarde and Sandberg with the assists, so your top producers producing. That lead lasts until 14:44. It's a power play marker by Buffalo. Zucker gets this one from Norris and Dahlin. Makes it 1-1. That's your score through 20 minutes. In the second period, 2:22 in, Tanner Pearson gets the lead back for Winnipeg. The assist to Koepke. That lead lasts until late in the second period where Winnipeg adds to it, and it's Koepke from Barron and DeMello at 18:42. So very important that the depth scoring showed up tonight for Winnipeg. They get them a 3-1 lead. That's your score through 2 periods. And so Buffalo, and it's interesting too because I saw an article today about how Buffalo's been playing really well and could they charge towards the playoffs, and I'm thinking, anyways, third period. Sabres press are kept to the outside. Perfetti has a rush chance. That's blocked. The shots are only one apiece, 3 minutes in. Jets are getting zone time, but the Sabres are blocking the path to the net pretty well. Zucker gets denied from the doorstep. Scheifele to Velarde near miss on a 2-on-1 rush. The Jets score. The Sabres challenge this one for offside, so of course it comes off the board as no goal. There's a press by Winnipeg with 6 minutes left. The Sabres get pinned down a bit. The Jets are doing a good job protecting the lead by keeping the puck at the other end. The goalie pull happens with 2 minutes left. Zucker gets denied again from the doorstep. Puck gets cleared out. And at 19:26, Gabriel Velarde hits the empty net to make it 4-1. The assist to Connor and Scheifele, and 4-1's your final score. The Winnipeg Jets avenge their loss against Buffalo earlier in the week. Shots on net actually favor Buffalo the whole way. 15-8 in the first, 11-9 in the second, 9-6 in the third. Final shots 35-23 for Buffalo. Power plays 1 for 2 for the Sabres, 0 for 1 for Winnipeg. The hits 33-22 for Winnipeg. Luukkonen saves 19 out of 22. Comrie, quite the game for Comrie. 34 saves on 35 shots. Might be the best game he's played all season. We'll see what he can do for an encore when he gets that opportunity. All right. last game on this board is San Jose and Dallas. So as you can see, I only missed the first period in this one because it started at 5 o'clock, and I was home in time for the second period. So Askarov versus Ottinger. It stays scoreless till 14:20. It's a power play goal. It's Jason Robertson because it's what he does. Robertson gets this one from Johnston and Rantanen, makes it 1-0 Dallas. That's your score through 20 minutes. In the second period, the Stars press at 1.5 minutes. The Sharks get pinned down, but they're doing a good job of blocking off the path to the net. So Dallas has a lot of zone time, but the shots are only 2-0 for Dallas 5 minutes in. Sharks draw power play. That's killed off. No shots on net. There's a press by the Sharks at 8 minutes, and eventually they would score. Colin Graff at 8:23, Leddy and Kurashev with the assists. They tie the game at 1. Stars look to respond. Kolyachonik defends a Will Smith rush opportunity. We get 2 minutes of 4-on-4. Shots remain at a premium throughout that 20 minutes of hockey. The Sharks would press to close it out. Really good road period by San Jose. It's 1-1 after 2 periods of play. In the third, there's an early power play for the Sharks. That leads to a shorthanded 2-on-1 steal. Fans on an opportunity. That power play is killed off. Steele then fires one wide on a rush, and I was like, seriously, Sam, what are you doing to Dallas fans here? The Sharks go back to the power play. There's a shorthanded near miss for Sam Steele, again, on a rush. That power play is killed off. Shots are 7-1, 7.5 minutes in for San Jose. So San Jose with a really good road period until at 10:56, Steele finally gets that goal to give Dallas the lead back at 2-1. The assist to Petrovic and Rantanen. The Stars then press with 8.5 minutes left, looking to add to their lead. Ritzkovian has a wraparound chance. That's saved. Momentum had swung to Dallas. The Dallas Stars would get some pressure, and at 16:39, Rantanen roofs one from the right circle. Johnston with the assist. It's 3-1 in favor of the Dallas Stars. Goalie pull happens with 3 minutes left. The Sharks would score during the 6-on-5, but an offside challenge works, so it takes that beautiful goal by Celebrini off the board. It was a one-timer from the right circle. Gorgeous goal. Doesn't count. And then at 17:41, Heiskanen hits the empty net. Rope Hintz with the assist. Makes the score 4-1, and that is your final. Not a lot of goals in these early games, but good results if you're a Dallas, Winnipeg, or New Jersey, or not New Jersey, Vegas fan. Yeah, New Jersey fans, not so much. Shots on net, 9-3 Dallas in the first, 6-4 San Jose in the second, 11-8 Dallas in the third. Final shots are 24-17 for Dallas. Power plays 0-4 for San Jose, 1-2 for Dallas. The hits 24-17 in favor of San Jose. Askarov saves 20 out of 23. Ottinger saves 16 out of 17 at the other end. All right, let's look at board number 2. All right, Utah and Vancouver. Vejmelka versus Lankinen. There's a near miss for DeBrusk on a turnover. DeBrusk had so many opportunities tonight. Seriously, that guy is snake bit. Lone shot on net belongs to Vancouver 4 minutes in. There was a post for Sherwood then as the Canucks get some pressure. Garland as a wrister, that's held. Vejmelka pretty good early in this game. DeBrusk couldn't bury one close. It's all Canucks, although the shots don't tell you that. The shots were only 4-3 Vancouver at 7.5 minutes. DeBrusk then has a net drive that gets blocked. Cooley was denied on a rebound opportunity. That puck is held. We get some pushing after that. Then there's an offensive zone penalty by Sasson with 4:13 left, and 13 seconds later, Utah made him pay for it. Sergachev, it's a point shot that goes in off Marcus Pettersson's skate. At 16 minutes, Keller and Gunther with the assists. It's 1-0 Utah. That's your score through 20 minutes. Second period, there's an early press by Vancouver. Things get pushed in a hole by Vejmelka. Utah presses at 4.5 minutes. Marino has a net feed that gets blocked. The fans call one, the referee doesn't. Myers fires one wide as the Canucks press. Shots are 6-2 Vancouver at 8.5 minutes. The Canucks draw a power play. That's killed off. And then at 14:05, Schmaltz scores to make it 2-0. The assist to Sergachev and Peterka. So now the Canucks are really up against it, down 2-0. Utah presses with 4 minutes left. Besser has a screenshot that's saved as the Canucks get some pressure. Everything gets pushy with 1:07 left, so we have 4-on-4 play after that. That runs to the end of the second period. Scores 2-0 for the Mammoth. Third period, early press by the Mammoth. Good forechecking by Utah, but at 4:17, Baines tips one in to cut the lead to 2-1. It's his first goal in his last 32 NHL games. Lecker, Mackey, and Ratu with the assist. So that's the Abbotsford line. They cut the lead to 2-1. Canucks then look to tie it. We get a power play for Abbotsford. Come on, it might as well be. Got a power play for Vancouver. They're both at the bottom of the standings, so apologies. We get a power play for Vancouver. DeBrusk's denied and close. That power play's killed off because DeBrusk's snake bit. Shots are 4-1 for Vancouver with 7.5 minutes left. The Mammoth score, it's waved off for goalie interference. There wasn't any challenge to that call either. Garland can't bury one in close. Vamilka holds with 4:39 left. Mammoth get a power play. That's killed off. And then at 17:52, after that power play is done, Stenlund buries one from the slot on a 3-on-2 rush. Yamamoto and McBain with the assists. And it was right around the time where I think the Canucks were going to try to get Lankinen out. Now they're down 3-1. Goalie pull happens before that following faceoff. Then with 1:41 left, Sergachev guilty of a delay of game. So it's a 6-on-4 for the Canucks. It also means Utah can clear it without worrying about icing. Pettersson has a rush chance. That's caught and held. Canucks call a timeout with 49.5 seconds left. Whatever they discuss does not work. At 19:24, Marino hits the empty net. Stenlund with the assist. We have a 4-1 victory for the Utah Mammoth in Vancouver. Utah swept the season series with Vancouver last year, and they've started with a win this year. Shots on net, 10-8 Vancouver in the first, 14-7 Vancouver in the second, 8-3 Vancouver in the third. The final shots are actually 32-18 for Vancouver. They played very well, just the goaltending was the difference. Power plays, 1 for 2 for Utah, 0 for 2 for Vancouver. The hits, 25-21 Utah. Vamilka saves 31 out of 32. He was fantastic. Lankinen, less so, 14 saves on 17 shots for the Canucks, who remain 32nd, I should say, in the standings. Who'd be beneath them? Maybe Abbotsford? Anyways. Next up, last game of the night we're going to discuss is Washington and Anaheim. This is the game that just finished. Thompson versus Husso. Of course it went to extra time. Of course it did. It's a 7 o'clock start on the West Coast. So, early jump for Anaheim. Leonard has a rush chance. That's kicked aside. The Caps press at 3 minutes. The shots are 5-3 for the Ducks, 7 minutes in. Carlson's denied on a rush. That's Leo Carlson denied on a rush. And then at 9:29, Wilson with a chance from the slot pass to screen. Sortif and Van Riemsdyk with the assists. It's 1-0 for the Capitals. Ducks look to respond. The Caps draw a power play. That's killed off. Anaheim with some pressure of their own with 5 minutes left. With 3:56 left, Trouba with a hit. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of people coming in looking for my opinion on the hit. I thought it was shoulder to shoulder. Was it late? Maybe a little bit. Was it violent? Yeah, that was a violent hit. For Ryan Leonard, he got caught. Leonard did not come back into the game. I did not see, and they showed 2 different angles, I didn't see any actual head contact. And this is where the idea of head hits becomes complicated. You do not need a direct contact with your head in order to receive a concussion. You don't. So you can absolutely be concussed from what in this case would have just been whiplash from that hit from Trouba. So on the review, it goes from a 5-minute, and they made it a 5 minutes so they could review it. They take the penalty off the board. The other problem is for Caps fans and for the Capitals, they actually came out of that shorthanded. So instead of getting a power play with Trouba's hit on Leonard, they end up shorthanded. Now, that is killed off, but at 18-16, Anaheim would score. Gauthier puts one in from the slot on a pass from behind the net. Seneca and Lacombe with the assists. Things get pushy at the horn. It's 1-1 after 1. And, of course, Leonard didn't play the rest of the game. We'll see what his status is likely tomorrow. Second period early jump for Anaheim again. The Ducks draw a power play. That's killed off. Things get pushy on a hold by Thompson. There was a lot of that in this game. Understandable. I totally get why people are upset by the Leonard hit. But, like I said, to me, it looked very shoulder to shoulder. Chychrun has a wrister that's held as the Caps press. The shots are only 2-1 for the Ducks at 5 minutes, but at 6:06, the action gets rolling. Frank buries a rebound in close to give the Caps the lead back at 2-1. Sandin and Chychrun with the assists, and before they can announce that goal, Anaheim has answered. At 6:19, Johnston tips a point shot into the net. Gudas and Zellweger with the assists. I'm going to go ahead and say those 3 combining on a goal. Never happened before. So that makes it a 2-2 tie. Things get pushy on a hold by Husso, and then at 7:38, Protas, who's heating up, he gets a goal from Roy and Strome to give the Capitals the lead back at 3-2. Caps then look for another. The Ducks, though, they get a power play again. That's killed off, too. So the Anaheim Ducks go back. They get another power play. So Capitals go fine. They kill that one off as well. There's a press by Washington with 3:30 left, but at 17:59, the Ducks would tie it. Seneca roofs one from the doorstep. Johnston with the assist. So Johnston with a goal and an assist tonight. It is odd. Johnston's not a big point producer, obviously, But when Ross Johnston gets on the board, generally he puts up multiple points in a game. At least it seems that way. The Ducks press in the final minute. It's 3-3 after 2. Third period, no shots on net, 3.5 minutes in. Both teams playing kind of back and kind of, I'm not going to say scared, but you just don't want to be the one that makes that mistake that leads to the game-winning goal, right? I think this is why we get so much overtime this year. The Caps get a power play. The ref is informed that he sucks because of that. There's a shorthanded Granlund rush. That's fired wide. That power play is killed off. The Ducks then draw a power play. That becomes 1 minute, 9 seconds of 4-on-4. The shots are 3-1 for the Ducks, 9.5 minutes in. Everything gets killed off with that overlapping power play situation. Ovechkin has a rush chance. That saved. The Caps press with 6 minutes left. Killorn gets denied from the doorstep, and we go to overtime. Caps control early. Lacombe gets denied. The Ducks hold on to it. McMichael was then absolutely robbed on a breakaway. Fantastic opportunity for McMichael. And then Granlund has a 3-on-1 chance. That saved. We're going to the shootout. In the shootout, it is Mason McTavish that gets the winner for the Ducks. The Ducks win this one 4-3 via the shootout. For Washington, I believe that's 7 points out of 8 on this road trip. So that's not bad. That's a pretty good road trip. Shots on net favored Anaheim the whole way. 12-8 in the first, 15-9 in the second, 8-3 in the third, and 3-1 in the overtime. Final shots, 38-21 for the Ducks. Power plays, Washington 0 for 3, Anaheim 0 for 5. The hits, 21-18 for Washington. Thompson saved 35 out of 18. Husso saved 18 out of 21. Let's talk about the standings. All right, so not a lot changed tonight, although Dallas pulls within a point now of the Colorado Avalanche, Colorado having played 2 fewer games. So 43 points now for the Ducks, for the Stars, 19-5-5 record. Then we go to the Ducks, who are still the leader in the Pacific. Vegas, after the win over New Jersey, was temporarily the leader. Anaheim gets that back. They're 17-10-1, 35 points in 28 games. Vegas 13-6-8, 34 points in 27 games. So still a solid second place there for Vegas. Utah moves up to the number 1 wildcard spot, 14-12-3, 31 points in 29 games. Winnipeg moves up, not into a playoff spot, but the closest they can be without being in a playoff spot, 14-12-1, 29 points in 27 games. San Jose drops behind Edmonton with the loss tonight. They're 13-13-3, 29 points in 29 games. Vancouver, 10-15-3, 23 points in 28 games. They are at the bottom of the standings. And I'll be honest, as a Canuck fan, I kind of want them to stay there. I kind of want the best odds at the number 1 draft pick. Even though they're not going to get it. But a number 3 draft pick's better than number 12 or 13 or wherever. Then we go to the Atlantic. Nothing changing with the top 3 in the Atlantic. In terms of the Metro, with the 1 point, the Capitals now 37 points in 29 games. They pull 3 points ahead of Carolina, but Carolina's played 3 fewer games. With their loss tonight, New Jersey drops below the playoff line. The Islanders didn't even need to raise a hand tonight. They're above the playoff line at 15-10-3, 33 points in 28 games. New Jersey 16-11-1, 33 points in 28 games. They are below the playoff line. They do not have the tiebreaker on the Islanders. Other than that, Buffalo 11-13-4, 26 points in 28 games. 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. It is the Buffalo Sabres way. And yeah, so this is why when Buffalo has a good game, I go, because I know the next one's coming, and it probably won't be as good for them. Prove me wrong, Buffalo. Please, for the love of everything that's holy, prove me wrong, Buffalo. So there you go. You guys are caught up on tonight's action. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, hit like and subscribe in the event you may not have done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support. It's greatly appreciated. I will talk to you again soon.